Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we're in round 3 of the Game of Thrones the Card Game 2nd Edition Board Game Central Store Championships 2016 in downtown Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. If you haven't checked out round 1 and 2, go back and check those out. They are in a playlist on this channel to see the first 2 featured matches of this tournament. And we do have another round of Swiss coming up and a cut to the top 4. So on the left we have Melanie. She's playing Lannister, Banner of the Rose. And on the right, we have ThroneRunner, who's decided to take a mulligan. He's playing House Lannister, Banner of the Dragon. That is hiding there under his house card. And you know how he likes to hide that under his house card. You've seen him do that on his streams. And if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, go check that out. But I like trolling him for hiding his banner under his house card like it's an attachment of some kind. Even though it's not. It's called an agenda. But yeah, I like trolling him for that, and he likes doing it to annoy me. Just kidding. It doesn't annoy me that much. It's just, come on, the viewers are watching, they want to see your agenda. But you guys know, I put it up in the title. Alright, so let's see if that mulligan was favorable here for ThroneRunner, if he gets a nice setup or not. And we just heard him say he should have kept the first one, so mulligan wasn't favorable to him there. And but he still gets 3 cards. Let's see what they set up here. So Melanie's setting up 2 Lannisport merchants, a Knight of Flowers, and a Rose Road, so that's not bad. And a dupe Jaime, and a what are those called? I'll have to thrag up. Braided Warriors, I believe. So he did spend his 8 gold, got 3 cards. That's not bad, but he was looking for economy. Locations to start is what he wanted. And Melanie already has the one up there with the Rose Roads and the 2 merchants. So she already has 3 additional economy technically out in play. And they both drop Noble Cause to start. And let's see who wins the tiebreaker here. So Melanie wins initiative. The Lannister player chooses to go first. So she is definitely in territory here to drop a giant Tywin on the board or any large Lannister character. And there's another Rose Road, so economy is definitely in her favor. And you heard ThroneRunner say, must be nice to play that. Let's see that economy there. Alright, so we have Jaime Lannister, and it's 2 gold saved on the plot card there. And is that 2 gold for a put to the sword? It quite possibly is. Having Jaime and Knight of Flowers out there is always, it always makes it an option, really. So we obviously saw Melanie choose to go first because she played Sir Jaime Lannister, which is always great when you're going first, just to poke that military challenge at your opponent. See what they do before you do your other challenges. Can definitely remove someone with the claim also if you win it, to have them hit you back a little less hard. So we have a treachery on a King's Road. So we see ThroneRunner complaining about economy. He does get a King's Road, but it's quickly cancelled. So now put to the sword is not an option. There's only 1 gold left on the Lannister side.
Hurtful it was, and I was like, okay.
And we hear my wife Melanie there explaining how she never thought to do that until I did it to her once or twice in our play at home, and she realized it was a thing, and it caught ThroneRunner off guard. He did not see that coming.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You can take it back.
No, oh my god.
So we just realized Melanie forgot to use her Noble Cause reduction.
Oh my god, that's fine. 0
And
and 2.
she, noticed, and ThroneRunner said she could take it back, but she says it's fine. It's a tournament. She doesn't want it to have a take back. Well, that sucks, because she probably realizes now she could have had to put the sword as an option if she wanted. Or an ambush character, and is now not there. Or even played something else out for marshalling. Would have been nice, but we do see a dupe Tyrion on the board now, a dupe Jaime, beside a Braided Warrior, and a Targaryen Loyalist. So a little bit of economy there on ThroneRunner side for his banner characters.
One.
So it looks like a power challenge with Knight of Flowers. Only one defender can be declared because he's attacking alone. And we see the Targaryen Loyalist block the unopposed. And no claim, but the Knight of Flowers gets a power. And here we go, military challenge with Jaime. Yeah, that's why I would have started with the Jaime on the military, just to see what happens, because there he does claim that Targaryen Loyalist, who wouldn't have been around there to block that power challenge at all. He would have had to use Tyrion for that. So he could have got an unopposed power, possibly, if he didn't have that Loyalist out there. So that's where challenge order sometimes can matter for those kind of things. And it looks like that's it. So the Lannister Rose deck has produced 3 power here. 1 on the House Guard and 1 on each of Jaime and Knight of Flowers. And there is a Widow's Wail on Jaime to bring him up to 7 strength to block the military from the Jaime across the board and gain another power on Jaime for having renown when he wins military challenges.
Intrigue.
So an intrigue with Jaime. Tyrion's trigger not done here. And a Burnman grabbed from hand there on claim, and we have a power stealth from Tyrion to get an unopposed power. And dominance still taken, even though that 2 gold wasn't grabbed off Tyrion. Looks like he didn't need it, and he still gains dominance. So ThroneRunner is up to 4 power. Melanie looks like she is at 3. So even without the economy on the side of ThroneRunner, he was able to still put out some decent characters and come out better after the challenge phase there in power totals. So both players flip calm over Westeros.
Alright, I'll go.
So Melanie chooses to go second. She does win initiative, having less power.
I'm gonna choose intrigue.
So intrigue chosen on the calm over Westeros there with that green token on Melanie's side. And let's see what ThroneRunner chooses. And he chooses power. With that giant glass blue token there. Looks like it does have the power icon underneath it. And we have ThroneRunner marshalling first. Let's see what he plays. You see he does have a Crona Vase to Thrak in his hand there. And it looks like he has Cersei Lannister also in hand. Maybe 2 or 3 of those crones, actually, it looks like. This must be that Lannister Banner of the Dragon that's looking to hit you hard with intrigue and then kill what it intrigues from your hand using those crones. And we see Illyrio in hand there to help with the Barra matchup, or just to use your characters in multiple challenges. With that extra gold from Tyrion, always is nice with Illyrio. And yep, there's Cersei. So yeah, this deck is definitely focused on the intrigue challenges, that's for sure.
6, 7.
And looks like it was a good prediction there by Melanie to reduce intrigue. She probably has some juicy cards in hand she wants to protect, and having Tyrion across the board with stealth definitely means that intrigue challenge is most likely going to go through. And now Cersei hits the board, so it will be a claim 1 intrigue if Cersei's participating. And there we got a Brothel Madam. But ThroneRunner did save a gold, so he might have to spend that gold now to be able to do military challenges if he wants. That's going to get Melanie an extra gold in the challenge phase if he chooses to pay it. And it looks like Melanie's saving 6 gold there. So not much else to play. Will she trigger the Brothel Madam? Yep, there it is. She does trigger it. And ThroneRunner does pay the Broth Madam. So Melanie's now sitting with 7 gold on her faction card. So she could ambush in a Hound, she could ambush in Burnmen, she could play Put to the Swords, she could ambush in Olenna's Informants if she's playing them. Lots of options are open to her right now. Not to mention the gold counting for dominance even. What does she have up her sleeve? So there's Tyrion gaining the gold on the Intrigue Challenge with Cersei.
Action.
So 4 gold spent to jump in the Hound. And Broth Madam will block the unopposed bonus there. And he's going to claim 1. And it's a Put to the Sword. Wow. Which definitely was an option, having the Hound out with Jaime with the Widow's Wail and Knight of Flowers. Definitely could have pushed through a military challenge there of higher than 5, even if Jaime and the Braided Warrior were used. We see a Treachery there in ThroneRunner's hand. So we have a Power Stealthing Knight of Flowers with Tyrion. And it looks like the Hound's going to block it with 6. Force Reaction sends him back to hand. And will we have a military challenge that he did pay for using Broth Madam? Will he poke the military challenge in with Jaime? Or the Braided Warrior? Or both? Yep, and it looks like a military challenge of 8. Jaime and the Braided Warrior. Which is out of reach from Jaime just blocking. But, I mean, Knight of Flowers and Jaime could block together. Prevent anybody from dying and gain 2 power from that. Which might not be a bad play. But, if she doesn't, she just kills one of her Lannister merchants, most likely. And then comes swinging back with 3 challenges. Jaime on military. Knight of Flowers on power, and then you could do Jaime on intrigue. Which most likely is a smarter play. You gotta be careful though. Doing the intrigue challenge back will get Tyrion enough gold to possibly jump a Hound in. So sometimes you don't want to do that. Or just do it in a different order. So Mel does choose to play defensively and gain 2 power and not lose any characters. It looks like dominance was taken there by ThroneRunner for having Jaime still standing in a couple gold. So he is at 5 power against 5 on Melanie's side, so they are tied. And we have a summons flipped by Melanie into a first Snow of Winter, flipped on ThroneRunner's side.
Who's going first?
So ThroneRunner lets Melanie go first. He did win initiative. And she's going to search her top 10 cards for character with summons. Let's see which character she chooses. It looks like ThroneRunner is sitting on a mountain in hand there now. And a tie win. Oh man. He does not have the economy right now to play that. Even if he saw a King's Road, it would not be enough to play either of those two. He's only going to collect 3 gold right now. And we have a Tyrion grabbed for the summons, which is a good call to even out that gold production during challenges phase.
I haven't seen him in my top 10 either.
Also a character that can stick around for first snow when all the 3 cost or lower bounce back to hand at the start of challenges. So over to Melanie for marshalling. Let's see what she plays here.
I wish that happened before that race. Alright, so I'm gonna get 4, 5, 6.
So another Rose Road. She's seen all 3 Rose Roads. Good flow of economy here. She's not going to have trouble recovering after that first snow. And there is Tyrion. Using those merchants is always money before they go back to hand. Get some value out of them. And she still has 3 gold. And she is sitting on a hound. So with that Tyrion gold possibly, she should be able to bounce in a hound. Oh, it's a seal of the hand. Good play on a first no turn, knowing that will stick out there and help you get extra use out of one of your characters that'll be left on the board after first snow. Unless it gets treacheryed, of course. And we know Shamar, aka ThroneRunner, is sitting on 1 in hand. And he gets his 3 gold, and he chooses to pass. No point in spending it on a character, because it will just bounce back to hand. And he obviously doesn't have any locations to play.
Alright, and I'm first.
So challenge phase beginning. We have a Knight of Flowers left with a Jaime and a Tyrion. Knight of Flowers has Seal. Jaime has Widow's Will. He's going to come in with military of 7. And on the other side of the board, we have a dupe Tyrion, a dupe Jaime, and a Cersei. So should be no problem keeping those characters on the board throughout the challenge phase due to having those duplicates. So you don't have to kill anyone important. Doesn't mean a march isn't going to hit next turn, though, based on what jumps in from ambush. But if ThroneRunner were to march right now, the march looks like he most likely would get rid of his Cersei. Trade off probably for a Tyrion, which is not a bad trade in my opinion. Especially knowing the Hound is an option right now. You definitely don't need those 2, Tyrion and the Hound, working together, jumping in and out all over your game there. So the military challenge is unopposed. Tyrion is targeted for claim, but will be saved by his duplicate. And Jaime will gain some renown, and we have the Lannisters now having a power on their house card from the unopposed. Sorry, the Lannister Rose. So there we go, double Tyrions producing gold. And Cersei, or Jaime is stealth, I believe she just said. And we have an unopposed challenge again. And there goes the Braided Warrior that jumped back to hand after the first snow. It's grabbed for claim. Not the Tywin or the Mountain, though. Or even the Illyrio, which would have been great pulls. Or even that Treachery would have been a nice pull, in my opinion. Prevent him from canceling the seal, most likely. So we have a power challenge unopposed with the Knight of Flowers. And that's going to get her 3 power just from that one challenge. And there's a Treachery used on the seal like we thought. No Hands Judgment to stop that. Both players having quite the mitt full of cards there. Here we go, Intrigue with Cersei. Tyrion trigger. So there's the Hound jumping out again. And no defenders declared. So we have Claim 2 coming in here on the Intrigue. And it looks like it's a Merchant and a Widow's Wail, which is not a bad hit for Melanie. She does not need the Widow's Wail, she has one in play. And the Merchant, we know she has another one, so out of the characters, it's not bad losing one of those, I guess.
Unopposed.
So it looks like an unopposed power challenge, stealthing the Hound. you do the military, there's Jamie on the other side of the Widow's Wail who can block it. But dominance would then tie.
Dominance is me, I think. Oh, maybe not.
I have 11. You have more. This is 7, right?
Oh,
Yeah, and dominance taken by Melanie. Due to Jamie being a 7 strength and having the Hound standing. Is more than Jamie on the other side, plus the 6 gold. And it looks like ThroneRunner is discarding a Crone of Vaestothraki for a reserve there. And we know Melanie's in her reserve range after getting hit with that 2 claim there, and also having the Hound jumping out. Definitely brought her hand count down under 7 for sure. Alright, Noble Cause on Melanie's side, and Confiscation played on ThroneRunner's side.
I'll let you go first.
okay. Which attachment?
So Melanie is chosen as first player by ThroneRunner, who won initiative, and the seal is discarded using the Confiscation plot there.
So 5, 6, 7, 8.
Looks like a Tears of Lys is now in ThroneRunner's hand. And 8 gold on Melanie's side. Let's see what she can play with that. Plus the reduction on a Lord or Lady. Are we going to see Tywin? Are we going to see Randall? Are we going to see the Mountain? Nope, we're going to see a Lannister Merchant. And a King's Road. Limited every turn here. Melanie's just getting the flow of economy. And there's that Brothel Madam back out in play. No Tywin, no Mountain. No Randall. She could have used that King's Road, Lord and Lady reduction, and the 4 gold definitely could get her any Lord or Lady that she wants in play, but she does not have one, so she does have a Hound as an option jumping back in.
Discard characters.
Having that 4 gold out there, plus Tyrion triggering twice, could have her jumping the Hound out twice. So 2 Crones of Vaestothraki played on ThroneRunner's side, using his 4 gold. Still no economy locations, other than that King's Road that was treachery earlier in the game, and that obviously has hurt his game throughout this. I remember talking with him after the game, and Melanie saying that that cancel of the King's Road in the first round definitely shook him for the rest of the game, threw him off. He was sitting on a Tywin right from the start that he could not play for the rest of the game because his plots would not allow him, and he did not see another King's Road or Rose Road. Sorry, I'm not sure if he ever gets it out, but definitely threw his game off at the beginning there and hurt his economy throughout the game. What a difference it would have been if he had Tywin out already for these first few rounds, getting him 2 extra gold. But he is now staring at Melanie across the board, who's 3 power away from winning. And he is only at 6 power. So unless he can get a juicy put to the sword off on Jamie and or Knight of Flowers, or a Tears of Lys, that one that we see in his hand, if he could get that off on the Knight of Flowers, this could be a game. But right now he does not have any money, so he will have to do the Tyrion money, which should be no problem, to get the money for that Tears. So the Hound and Knight of Flowers winning a power challenge there, gaining renown on the Knight of Flowers. Force reaction will send the Hound back to hand. And also getting a power for claim. But Cersei was used there to block the unopposed. So Melanie is 1 power away from winning. And here we go with an intrigue challenge with Brothel Madam for 2. And the unopposed is blocked using the Crone of Vaestothraki to prevent the game from ending. And let's see what she pulls here with her single claim. And there's that Tywin. And yeah, he just said it. He had it since turn 1. Not able to play it.
For your entry.
So Tyrion triggered there quite late.
Oh,
I don't think you did.
I don't think we can go that far though.
For what? You just did intrigue last, didn't you?
Yeah, but we did like all the stuff first.
Oh, true.
So Melanie's saying no to getting that Tyrion gold.
Now we can.
She didn't gain it either, so she's saying no dice. But now
Yeah, no, here.
ThroneRunner's doing his own intrigue challenge, so they will trigger the Tyrions there.
Four.
Which is, I believe, good on Melanie's part. You shouldn't be going back that far. Trying to gain that Tyrion reaction in a tournament. But there is the tears on the Night of Flowers that we were expecting.
So annoying.
And unopposed. And claim.
Yep.
And there's a put to the sword. Wow, another good grab there.
Pass.
Alright, so he goes before dominance, right?
And there's the Knight of Flowers hitting the dead pile, taking Melanie back 4 power.
Dominance.
So she is now, I believe, 5 away from winning. Oh, nope, 4 from winning. She got dominance. So this game is looking like it could turn around here, actually.
Because I couldn't win it, so.
Due to that timely Tears of Bliss.
Try to get that close again.
Yeah, it's too bad she couldn't close out there on that turn. And there's a Wildfire and a Wardens of the West.
Okay. I'll go first.
So Melanie's choosing to go first. Wildfire is going to kill 2 Crones. And that looks like the Landsport Merchant, I believe, was killed there. I could be wrong. She grabbed it really fast. I didn't notice it. Sorry if I named the wrong card there.
That's okay.
That was ThroneRunner deciding to change who he kills for Wildfire. And yeah, he's going to keep it the same, which I think is a good call.
Alright. 4, 5, 6, 7.
So Melanie going first. She's going to gain 7 gold, 4 off the plot, 3 off the Rose Roads. She does have the King's Road she could pop out there.
Kneel and discard for 3.
And there it is. It's popped. Marjorie Tyrell comes out a little late. Missed her brother. Her brother is now dead.
3.
And the Hound played straight out there for 3 gold.
And 3.
And 3 for a Pycelle.
Saving 1.
And 1 gold remaining on the Laney Rose side here. Let's see what the Laney Dragon does here with this 5 gold. Are we going to see Illyrio come out? Start working with Tyrion there. We see a Tickler in hand. And there he is. Illyrio has hit the board finally.
Scan somebody?
Two.
Alright, action.
So no gold save. That means the Brotham Adams trigger there will happen. And no military challenge is an option for ThroneRunner. So military is 7 here with Jamie to start.
Pocket 5.
And the unopposed is blocked with 5.
No reactions. Claim first.
And who is going to be killed for claim? I'm thinking Cersei, but the other characters have other uses, I believe. Illyrio. I don't think that's the right call. Yeah, Cersei is chosen for claim. Yeah, Illyrio with Tyrion. I mean, he can get some guys stand and block some extra power challenge, and come back and do his own. Getting that Jamie standing and coming back on his challenges could be a thing. Assuming the game doesn't end here. Mel being so close. So here's intrigue happening. Pycelle Tyrion, stealthing Illyrio, gaining 2 gold on both sides from their Tyrions. And Tyrion is knelt to block the unopposed. And the claim will grab the Giant Dothraki army forget the name of those things. The 8 cost guy is reduced by all the Dothrakis you have in play, which kind of makes sense with the Braided Warriors and the Crones that ThroneRunner has in his deck. And now we have a power of 6 with the Hound. Unopposed block with Illyrio. So force reaction will send the Hound back to hand, claiming 1 power, bringing ThroneRunner down to 5, and Melanie up to 13.
Do you have actions though? Do you have an ambush anything?
Pay 2. Unless you have treachery.
And Illyrio is cancelled with Treachery
Dominance?
and Dominance. And Melanie is now 1 power away again, going into the next round. And we have Counting Coppers flipped on Melanie's side into Summons on Shamar's side. And Melanie's going to have no problem getting a ton of gold to play any of the cards she draws due to her Rose Roads all in play there. So let's see who ThroneRunner grabs here with Summons, knowing he only has 4 gold. Looks like he sees at least a couple Tywins in there. And Sir Jorah is who he's going to choose. So at least he will get to play that character, that's for sure. But it doesn't sound like it's the character he wanted. Looks like he got a Hand's Judgment and another copy of Cersei on his draw there. And it looks like he got Varys, but Varys is out of range. And there's a Milk on Tyrion. So Illyrio getting some extra gold for his ability is not going to happen in the challenge phase from Tyrion. And no stealth on Tyrion either. So a duped Hound put into play. A dupe on Marjorie. Tyrion's got a dupe. So those characters will be sticking around. Tickler is played. And Sir Jorah Mormont for the 4 gold. And we have the Brothel Madam triggered again, shutting down the military options on ThroneRunner side. So military of 13 with Jaime. He's got the renown.
I'm gonna say you could have just done a power challenge.
And yeah, ThroneRunner says power challenge should have been all she needed to win. Using some stealth on Tyrion there. Hound and whatnot. Could have got it through. Plus Marjorie. But the block there, it's lost. Jaime gets the renown. Congratulations to Melanie for crushing ThroneRunner there. That first turn treachery on the King's Road definitely rocked his face to stop that Tywin from getting out to fuel any chance of economy he had. And there you have it. Round 3 in the books. Round 4 is coming up from this tournament. Board Game Central, thanks for having us in Hamilton, Ontario. Check them out if you're in Jackson Square in downtown Hamilton. Make sure you guys hit like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. And we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching, and thank you for all your support.